Guys, it is now the top of the hour. Good morning, afternoon, and evening, regardless of where in the world you guys are joining us from. We have the inaugural presentation of what is going to be the biggest opportunity from now until the next several years, because it is being led by people that have shaken up this industry, and we have people that anyone, regardless of what opportunity you're in, looks up to, such as Holton Buggs. And we have leadership like Jeremy who are taking that message and doing these presentations for other leaders and getting this out there before we dive deeper into it. I do want to mention that we are here before launch, and as we dive into the launch, you want to really understand the power of what we have and take maximum advantage of it. If you've been a part of other opportunities, as I have, realize that it only takes one success to eliminate all failures. And when you have people like the caliber of Holton and Jeremy, who are multiple seven-figure earners leading this company, then you are in good hands. There are, I love what you said, Jeremy, when we met, which is, first, we might have been product-driven and then comp plan-driven, but ultimately you realize that leadership matters more than anything. And that resonated with me very well, because many times you might find a great comp plan, you might find a great product, but leadership can make or break that. And I want to talk about the industry and the economy that we're going to be diving into, which is the economics of the digital world through not just cryptocurrency, but blockchain-based technology. Many companies have tried to do something significant in this space. And Holton really broke it down and said something that was on the minds of all of us. Which is, if your company is, if the foundation is based on a particular cryptocurrency's value, well, even if it's Bitcoin, or it's based on the difficulty of mining, then you are not in control of that. So what you're saying is that you are not in control of your business. So instead of going and trying to dig for the gold, why not be a part of the ecosystem that supports this new economics? And that is what Holton understands, and that's why he's creating an environment where anybody that wants to enter this space can be armed with the right tools and knowledge to go and succeed. So I am extremely honored by the presence of Jeremy, who is someone that was personally mentored by Mr. Holton and is a very dear friend of Mr. Holton. And he is someone that has been a direct line of communication from the top to the field, and he has done many of these calls to other leaders to get this information out there. And tonight we are in the presence of someone who has the ability to change all of our lives with the information he shares. So without further ado, I'm extremely honored to introduce to you guys Jeremy, someone that I truly look up to.
Sal, it's such a privilege, man, to be on your official launch, really pre-launch webinar. And man, just honored to be locking arms with you, man. And what you guys are in your tribe, what we're about to do together is we're going to make history, bro. We're going to really make history at a whole nother level. So I'm just thrilled, man. You know, we got to hang out this week. It was great to be there with you and Holton and Chad and Atita and so many other the other leaders, you know, that have made seven figures a month in this industry. And what we're putting together right now, guys, for those of you that may be hearing some of this for the very first time, is without a doubt, and you'll see tonight, and you'll get a glimpse tonight into what we're pre-launching. Our goal is to do what has never been done before, is to create an environment that is really a dream come true environment for those of us that are builders, for those of us that are entrepreneurs. So often we see companies that are run with a corporate mindset trying to move into a network marketing, direct sale, or affiliate marketing, or online marketing arena because they want to capitalize on our talent. But they don't understand, they've never been where we are. They don't understand what drives people like us, because, and I think, you know, obviously your vibe attracts your tribe. We are gathering a tribe right now that it's not just about the money. Yeah, the money's important. Anybody says the money is not about the money is lying. It's about the money, but it's not just about the money for our tribe. If it was just about the money, there's been a lot of deals out there that have come and gone, pump and dumps, where you can, you know, take advantage of people and make money. Our passion, our mission is we want to impact lives. We want to impact the world. We want every person that touches our environment, from customers to business partners, we want their wealth to grow. We want their life to change. We want them to grow. And we want to create value that we've never seen before in this industry. And so the dream team that has come together is really extraordinary. I've never seen this many elite leaders, you know, seven-figure a month, some seven-figure a week earners. We've got dozens right now, industry legends, who are all coming together in the pre-launch. And so I've said this a lot, but last year was my biggest year in this industry, and we had some incredible momentum. I mean, just unbelievable some things we saw. The pre-launch in the last 4 weeks of this project, we are seeing more momentum. And we're not even in pre-launch. Saturday morning, we launched the official pre-launch phase. We're literally not even in pre-launch yet. And in the last 4 weeks, we've seen more momentum than I've ever seen in the history of this industry. And I believe it's because we're really building this on a solid foundation with integrity. We want to build something that lasts. We believe in the digital economy. As you'll hear me say in the presentation tonight, I still to this day stand by this statement. I do not believe crypto MLMs will work. I don't believe they will last. I don't believe it's legal, and I don't believe it's legit. When people say, what do you mean by that? Isn't this a crypto MLM? Here's what I mean by that. If I'm in I'll just use some example. If I'm in a travel network marketing company, what am I marketing? I'm marketing travel. If I'm in a skincare network marketing company, what am I marketing? I'm marketing skincare. If I'm in a weight loss nutrition network marketing, what am I marketing? I'm marketing nutrition. Well, if I am in a crypto MLM, what am I marketing? I'm selling cryptocurrency, and that's just not going to work. Now, listen, do people make a ton of money, and are they still doing it in countries that are letting them fly under the radar? You bet, but it's not a solid business model, and it's not going to last, and it's not going to grow to the levels of what we're going to do. What we realize is that digital currency is here to stay. Blockchain technology is the foundation of the future. And we are creating an ecosystem where digital currency is a tool in the ecosystem, but we are not selling the digital currency as the product. We said we got to go much bigger than that, much deeper than that, and create something that isn't dependent on the price of Bitcoin. Bitcoin may go up, it may go down. The market may go up, the market may go down. We didn't want to build a company that was contingent upon something that was out of our control. We wanted to build a model that regardless of where the market was, we're growing, and people's money is growing, and their lives are growing. And then when the market's up, that's great. We have some incredible wins in those moments as well. But we have put a model together different than anything that is out there. And that model is an ecosystem. It's an environment, an ecosystem that allows us to bring unlimited technologies that are built on the blockchain into the real world. And some of the things we're pioneering right now that we'll be announcing at our launch events in January, it's revolutionary. We're going to bring solutions, real life solutions to the world, and we're going to show the world the power of blockchain. And so we're doing something very special here. Here's the bottom line. Environment and synergy is really what matters most in this industry. Because when you align with the right people that are built on the same principles, align in principles, then you can really, really, really go out and impact or name a solution, please. Okay, for example, one of the solutions that we are behind the scenes on right now in the investment and development phase, but we're going to be launching and revealing that, is the ability for people to have free electricity, to actually participate in a green energy ecosystem with solar energy farms around the world. And by using digital assets, you don't have to put solar panels on your home, but you participate in the ecosystem, and you have the opportunity then to have free electricity and support the movement towards green energy. So that's one example, is the ability to participate in that type of ecosystem. Another example, we're launching a very robust POS point of sale system. So one of our goals is to deliver 250,000 point of sale systems to local businesses. And we are creating right now, and actually it's created, we're going to be rolling it out, an app that is really going to be an Uber style. So imagine somebody says, where can I buy Bitcoin? I'm new to this. And they open up an app, kind of like an Uber app, and it connects them to the closest store or individual. And they go, hey, I want to buy Bitcoin, and right from your app to their app, they can transact and purchase Bitcoin with a click of a button. And of course, you earn residual income then on those transactions. What's also great about the point of sale is that it allows these local stores to start accepting digital currency. Our software integrates with Apple Pay and Google Pay. into your Bitcoin wallet or digital currency wallet. So you can walk into 7-Eleven and buy a cup of coffee with your digital currency, right? And so imagine, we know how big Visa and MasterCard is, and it's this transaction market, but we know that digital currency, we're in the very early phases of it, but the digital economy is moving rapidly in that direction, and we're going to be on the front end of it. So imagine your army of distributors are putting these POS systems in 7-Elevens and gas stations and local stores and the apps like Uber on individuals' phones. And you're selling Bitcoin, they're accepting Bitcoin, transactions are happening, and you're earning a residual income on all of those transactions. That's another example of one of the technologies that we're going to be rolling out. So we are on the front end. We've got a music project that is going to revolutionize the music industry. There's companies like Spotify are already wanting to acquire our technology, all built on the blockchain. And I can't say too much because it's public information. This will be a publicly traded company on the NASDAQ, as well as having digital currency and token utilization behind it. But it's going to revolutionize. The biggest artists in the world are already on board with that. And so, again, it's endless. There's another project we're working on right now that is a project in virtual reality. So the list goes on. The point is this: we're not limiting ourselves and saying we are this company. See, Apple saved themselves from a major mistake. That mistake was they started in the beginning calling themselves Apple Computers. And they realized in the process of development that they have got to brand themselves into more of an expansive ecosystem, because they could not limit themselves to just computers. Thank God they changed, right? Because we know that today it's the iPhone, not the computer, that is driving, right, their success, and the App Store and all of this stuff in their ecosystem. So we're going to be very intentional to say we're not going to limit ourselves to say we're a wealth education platform. We're not going to limit ourselves to say that we are that we have access to trading tools and that's we're a trading company or any of the. We're not going to. Those are simply elements of our ecosystem, and the technologies that we bring to the world, it will continue to grow as we develop partnerships. And as we align ourselves with the most brilliant minds in the world, because we're not going to be the ones coming up with all the ideas, we have the opportunity to seed fund. We have the opportunity to own equity as a team in these companies and then bring the products to the marketplace. So it's a very big vision. And here's the thing that here's at the end of the day what it really comes down to. Because we're going to grow, we're going to progress. We've got the most amazing team of technology, innovation. I mean, phenomenal, brilliant, genius minds in the space. But you could have the most brilliant technology minds out there and the most incredible, robust, coins and technologies. But if you don't understand the science and the art of what we do as entrepreneurs, if you don't understand how to help someone change their life financially by building a business and doing it the right way, and how to create an environment of mass duplication, then it doesn't matter how great the technology is. And so when we saw the technologies that this company was pioneering and came together and said, okay, let's build the most robust network marketing, affiliate marketing environment that the industry has ever seen. We set a goal to be a $10 billion a year company in 5 years. That means we'll be the #1 network marketing company in 5 years. Our target beyond that is $100 billion a year. That's 10 times the largest company here today. We're about to raise the bar. Now, if you know anything about any of the leaders that we're working with, myself included, we are record breakers. Everything we do, we take to the next level. We don't make lateral moves. We're intentional. I've only been in 3 companies in 20 years. Holton Buggs, my mentor, who is pioneering the network marketing side of this project, has only been with a few companies in 25 years, but he's made $100 million. We made moves. The reason Holton latched onto this is he has a vision to have a net worth of $1 billion in the next 4 years. And he realizes that will never happen with lotions and potions, and it's only going to happen in this massive market of the digital economy. Nat and Shanita Pranapurcha in Asia, very dear friends of mine, they're part of the team. They made $8 million in their first 12 months in their last company. $8 million in 12 months, and it wasn't a digital currency company. It was a product company. These are the best builders in the world. Nat and Chinita, I believe that the most powerful millennial couple that we've seen in this industry. Dear, dear friends of mine. They made $5 million in their first 12 months with the last company. They walked away from $1 million a month income to be a part of launching this project, because this is the biggest thing out there. So I love the question. I can tell we've got some high level thinkers here. What is the secret to the success? So there's going to be things that you will learn as you plug into our leadership training environment. Success should never ever be accidental, and it should always be duplicable. So one of the biggest mistakes people make in network marketing is they run to a goal and they focus on the goal instead of focusing on how they get to the goal. The key to the success that we've had, the records that we've broken, is we believe in the alignment of systems. We believe that what a person does to get to $1 million a week should be the same thing a person does to get to 1,000 a month. The difference is they compress time frames. They do it faster. They build their influence, right? They have leadership skills, but the actions need to be able to duplicate, creating an environment where we empower the everyday person to go out and have fun, to go out and stay in their comfort zone, not get out of their comfort zone, stay in their comfort zone and start making money. Those are some of the principles. We're big believers in using third-party tools through online marketing. And so bringing the high touch and the high tech together, that's one of the things we've mastered. We took Holton Buggs' philosophy, the art of the launch, and we implemented that online. In our last build, we created about 10 seven-figure earners in 6 months, and we never did a single in-person meeting. Think about it a second. We help people get to 100,000 a month, 500,000 a month, 800,000 a month, and never did an in-person meeting, because there's a new, way of doing life, way of doing business. Apps are changing the world. So we'll talk about all that at another time. You'll learn that in our systems and our training process. But it's really the perfect storm. So here's the cool thing, guys. If any of you have done online internet marketing, I've never done any internet marketing. I've never called any leads. I've never I've never driven traffic to a website. I got buddies of mine that love it and killed the game. Everything we have done through warm market, raw network marketing principles that have been proven to work, but we have migrated them into modern tools. And so we've built what we built organically through simple method of duplication. Now you take someone who has incredible online marketing skills and brings that to the table too, social media skills, all of those lanes should be opened up where you can open all those lanes up. And we've got experts around us that are doing that. But as far as what we've done, we're old school. I'm old school. And so we just really believe in that daily method of operation, doing a few simple things on a consistent basis and teaching the everyday person how to win big. So let me do this. Let me pull up my screen share and let's dive into some deeper content here. And I'll ebb and flow tonight. I can tell, Sal, the caliber of people on tonight, the questions that are being asked. That's beyond the norm. A lot of times when I do launch webinars, the questions are, trust me, not like we're hearing tonight. Let me pull this up real quick. Wrong one. I pulled the wrong PowerPoint up. So I'll just show you this. We'll go through this another time, but we have a game plan right now. We're going to create stories in the next 90 days of pre-launch, and we're going to help people earn between $100,000 to $1 million in their first 30, 60, and 90 days. And we'll have a training that we'll be putting out after our launch on Saturday, our official pre-launch, that'll show you the steps to that. It's actually pretty simple for a builder. We've got some folks, myself included, that are running for $5 million in the first 90 days with the company. And so we've got some really, really good game plans and roadmaps. But we'll train on that kind of stuff at another time. All right, hang on here. Let me pull this up. Some of this we touched on already. Let me just for legal reasons, guys, this is real important. We want to always stay compliant with what we're doing. That's one of the big things for us is, working with the SEC and make sure that everything we do is with a high standard of business excellence. And we want to really create a culture that we are business professionals. We are not sloppy network marketers that are promoting a get-rich-quick environment. That we understand that This is a business. It's got to be treated like a business. So let me read our legal income disclaimer before we get started tonight, because we are recording. While the mission of IQ is to empower anyone to earn life-changing income and create legacy wealth, IQ does not guarantee any level of income or success. Nor do we make any predictions or guarantees about the future value of any digital currency, including those earned in our legacy coin bonus program. Results are dependent upon one's effort, leadership capabilities, and market conditions. You can watch a replay of our webinar. We'll be updating that webinar after our official pre-launch on Saturday. But moneyiq.tech, the password is freedom. Now that whole website it's going to go officially live on Saturday, and it'll be a replicated system as well. So you'll have an app. You'll be able to send out video links. And what's cool about the app is people do not have to enter their name, email, and phone number. They simply click the link in the text message. It auto populates their name and all that cool stuff. And they click the link, and it starts playing a video, and instantly they drop into your CRM, and you get a notification that says, "Congratulations, John is watching the video." So, it's again, just technology keeps evolving, but I love that from a warm market perspective. You're not asking your friends to have to fill out their name, email, and phone number. Now, they're coming off of a social media link or, somewhere random, then obviously they would go through, a typical, capture page that, they put their information in. But we got some cool technology there. And moneyiq.tech is where you'll be able to get your own personalized replicate system with all those tools. So let's dive in tonight to some information. My opinion, this is the most important slide of the night. And the reason is I relate to this. So you guys have all seen this before. This is Robert Kiyosaki's cash flow quadrant. I'm assuming that on tonight's webinar, everyone here is at least participating in the B quadrant. Maybe you are in the maybe you're in the employee quadrant or the self-employed quadrant as well. But I'm assuming that you also have some business ventures and you're moving into systems and duplication, leveraging your time in the B quadrant. And then the I quadrant. So here's the reality. In network marketing, we have lived in the B quadrant. We have sold and promoted the B quadrant. And I've been a victim of that. I've made millions of dollars in this industry in the B quadrant, but was never empowered until last year to really start moving into the I quadrant where my money was making money for me. And a question I love to ask a person is, have you ever stopped to think about how many years of your life you worked your job, you worked your career, how much money has actually gone through your bank account? And think about it, if a person just makes $50,000 a year, in 20 years, they've made $1 million. If a household makes $100,000 a year in a household, in 10 years, they've put $1 million through their bank account. And yet most people, most families, even entrepreneurs, sometimes entrepreneurs are even the worst because we live on the edge and we're kind of quicker to take risks, the wrong risks, or spend quicker. We look back and say, what do I really have to show for it? And so we believe that you get paid for the size of the problem that you solve. And if we were to look at the world today, there's definitely some huge problems, right? Health epidemics, and there's some things out there, but I don't think there's a more important problem to solve than people's money, their real financial house. Most people are saying no to a lot of things in life, like retiring their parents or sending their kids to school without getting into debt, and all of a sudden, let alone lifestyle. They're having to say no to many of those things because they have not made their money work and set themselves up the right way financially. People, even someone who works 40 or 50 or 60 hours a week, what's interesting in some recent surveys is the majority of people are still thinking about their money, their income, their bills, their stress, not just while they're at work, but all through the evening, laying in bed at night, right? On the weekends, it still occupies space in their energy and their mind. So money's this massive, massive weight that's out there in people's lives. Here's the cool thing about our program we're going to talk about tonight. You don't have to be in the B quadrant. Great book to read is The Millionaire Next Door. One of the things that you'll learn in that book is a large percentage of self-made millionaires never made large amounts of income. They made moderate incomes, they lived below their means, and they learned how to invest properly. And they built very solid net worths. So a person can come in as a customer, maybe they never recruit, they never sell a product, they say, I just want to use the platform to build my wealth. They could be an employee and come in and never participate in our business and make money and start to build wealth. So that's what I love about the I quadrant is you don't even have to be in the B quadrant to participate. Now, for those of us that are entrepreneurs, right, we get it. It's like, no, let's make as much money as we can in the income category, but then let's be smart with that income and take that money and really put it to work on our behalf. And so our platform is really designed. One of the most important elements of what we do is we're going to move everybody, customers and team members, into the I quadrant and help them really change their lives financially. For those who miss the new digital economy, it may be the biggest financial regret of our generation. I believe this. I believe that we have seen nothing yet. Nothing. I mean, what we have seen in the crypto digital currency market was, I mean, grassroots, mostly from the technology space, and then it moved into some progressive entrepreneurs or investors. This has not even begun to touch anything. I believe it's the future. IQ has a system that allows anyone to profit in the new economy. Anyone to profit in the new economy. Look at Fortune magazine. This is huge. This came out August 3rd. The New York Stock Exchange owner wants to bring Bitcoin to 401k. Partner with companies like Microsoft and Starbucks. What's happening right now, Fidelity, I mean, banks around the world, investment organizations, top investment organizations in the world are moving into blockchain. Here's another article that was written just last month, The Future of Blockchain and Its Potential Impact in Our World. Follow the highlighted areas here. Hundreds of millions of dollars have already been invested by some of the world's biggest companies on the future of the blockchain. JP Morgan has a blockchain program. Barclays, look at some of these names, IBM, Eastman Kodak, Spotify, Google, Goldman Sachs, Visa, and these are just a few. All of those companies and experts are betting millions and some billions of dollars that a decentralized ledger can do things that other forms of technology simply cannot. And that's what blockchain is. It's a decentralized ledger, and the future of technology rests upon the blockchain. The Internet of Things, I believe, is going to be the biggest. I believe it'll be 100 times bigger than the Internet of People. The .com explosion that we saw, probably all of us missed out on, 100 times bigger. The Internet of Things. Well, the Internet of Things is absolutely reliant upon blockchain technology or blockchain hybrid technologies. It's the foundation. Smart cities, smart homes, smart cars, the future of wearable devices, technology, the healthcare system, governments, all of this is going to hinge upon blockchain technology. It's just a better solution for many reasons. Here's another article that shares just some of those reasons. The top 10, look at this, top 10 predictions from tech experts about blockchain. This, again, was an article written in the last month or two. Widespread distributed data. It's huge. So now you can integrate data around the world in real time. This is huge for things like, curing disease, for example. I mean, the list goes on and on. This is big for me. So I'm a resident of Dubai, and my wife is from Dubai. And so I love Dubai, and I've lived there the last couple of years. We're back in the U.S. now for a few months. But Dubai is the most advanced technology city I've ever seen. I mean, they're just progressive. Their healthcare, everything is. And so Dubai, for example, has vowed to replace all government systems with, let's say blockchain. It's the same thing, distributed ledger technology, blockchain-based digital structures by 2020. It's huge. It's already happened in the U.S. as well. The healthcare system, the banking systems are already migrating and moving towards the blockchain because there's so much value to doing that. Standardization and collaboration, a growing need for credible crypto backing, a potential ecosystem of specialized chains, ultimate transparency across the industry. This is one of my big ones. I love blockchain because of its transparency. Autonomous negotiation and trade, blockchain-based security. It's the most secure data system that is out there, and we know that data security is really the most important element when it comes to things like the Internet of Things, when it comes to the advancements of technologies, as all of this data is being exchanged between devices and your wearable and your refrigerator and your car and all of these exchanges of data are happening, security is the #1 concern, and the blockchain is what actually solves that problem. So look at number 10, guys. As the blockchain technology that supports not only cryptocurrency, but many other business applications matures, we are already seeing the real value emerge. Watch this underlying part. This is not some little article written by a blockchain fanatic. This is Forbes and Fortune magazine. The impact of distributed ledger technology may be greater than any of us realize. It has the potential to change economics, business, and society. And we're just beginning to scratch the surface of what's possible. Very important to understand that the digital economy is the future. The big mistake that a lot of people make is they limit that conversation, or they limit their understanding of it to one little component called digital currency. And the reality is digital currency is not really the exciting component. It's simply a byproduct. The exciting component is the innovation and technology that can come as a result of the blockchain that gave birth to digital currency. For those who are in front of the new digital economy, it will be the family wealth story that our grandchildren tell their kids, while they try to imagine a time when money was printed paper. That defining moment of legacy is ours to seize. One of the founding members of our company, IQ. This is important. IQ is not a crypto MLM. We use digital currency as a tool in our ecosystem, but digital currency is not what we sell, and it's not what we market, and it's not what we earn commissions on. That's illegal. IQ is an innovation and technology ecosystem that is not dependent on the price of Bitcoin or any current state of the market. IQ empowers anyone to earn significant income, but more importantly, to also build long-term legacy wealth. IQ is established on solid principles and dedicated to the highest levels of compliance and transparency. And this comes from our lead marketing advisor, who we mentioned his name a couple times already, but right now he's actually not public, and so let's keep that between us. He'll be going public here in the near future as well. But again, it's powerful to realize that we are an ecosystem. One of the things I want you to hear on this is the separation between income and wealth. We separate those categories. We separate those categories in our compensation plan. Income and wealth are two separate categories. And so in the B quadrant, you can explode your income. And we've got a model that is the most aggressive compensation plan that I've seen in the industry, backed by something real, backed by tools and support and real products. But wealth is really what the game is all about, and we've got both components in our ecosystem. We'll talk about that. My good buddy Mike Sims, he made $45 million last year in digital currency, made about $18 million in network marketing over the last 15 years, and he was the first one to catch the vision of this project before it came to fruition. And so none of this would be if it wasn't for Mike grabbing the vision and bringing the right people to the table. That's what he says. We are a global movement bridging the gap for anyone to create income and wealth in this new digital economy with a solid business model that is simplifying and leading blockchain technology, digital currency, and network marketing into the future. There's 4 components to our ecosystem: learn, leverage, lifestyle, and legacy. I want to say up front that tonight's presentation is not the final official presentation. In fact, let me back up. We are officially having our pre-launch announcement. We have a global broadcast happening Saturday, this Saturday, November 3rd, 9 a.m. Eastern Time. And Sal can get you that information and the link to that. You definitely want to be on there. If you catch the vision tonight, you want to be on there. And we're making some official announcements, rolling out the actual, so the company's not even called IQ Chain. The company had a temporary run in the past. They tested the market, had incredible results. People made up to $10 million that year. But when the leaders came in to do it the right way, one of the first decisions that was made is let's completely shut down everything that was being done the wrong way. And we're going to create a new company that's doing it the right way. And so we'll be announcing the branding and all of that on Saturday as well. So this presentation is not the final official presentation, but this is it's the nuts and bolts, and you'll see the rest on Saturday. So 4 components: learn, leverage, lifestyle, and legacy. Learn and earn. So we have a platform called InterQuest. It's not just a digital currency education platform, although we have some of the best content out there. Partnering, for example, with Crypto IQ, Charlie Shrem and their organization. Bill Resides is launching with us over here. He's a top leader in both the digital currency space and the network marketing space. But it's not just going to be, we'll talk more about it, but it's going to educate people on every single area of their finances. And here's what we're going to be implementing early 2019 when we go public. And that's a learn and earn program where when people complete their courses, maybe they want to learn about getting out of debt, or maybe they want to learn about how to open up a business the right way, or whatever it is, or digital currency. When they complete their courses in that particular area, they're going to earn digital currency. So a customer can come in, educate themselves on wealth principles, money principles, be taught real estate investment. I mean, we're going to have everything in this platform, personal development. And as they complete courses, they're going to earn digital currency. Now, this is not live. The earning part is not live in our pre-launch phase. It'll be live when we go public in January at our conventions. But think about the power of that. A customer comes in, they use the products, they want to master money, they want to raise their financial IQ, and while they're educating themselves, they're earning digital currency, real digital currency. We'll talk about that tonight. Number 2, leverage. So the first tool that we're going to market with, and I say first because again, I want to reiterate that we have many technologies that are going to be coming to the market and at the right strategic time. But right now we want to lay a foundation. We want to have a solid foundation. And what we want to do, we don't want to overpromise and underdeliver. We don't want to lead with, oh, this is coming, but it's not there yet. We want to focus on what is there. The point of sale system, the POS system, it's done. The technology's done. Everything's there. It's ready to go live. And that's going to be a big announcement that we're going to make at the launch of our company. Right now, one of the first tools we have is a trading bot. We also have some incredible trading rooms behind that people can, I'll talk about that more tonight. But a customer can come in, they don't even have to know how to spell cryptocurrency. And using the algorithms that are already preset in our bots, they're going to be able to participate in trading and be able to educate themselves and learn how to make their money grow on a daily basis in the open market. Lifestyle, improve lifestyle by increasing income with our IQ affiliate referral program. So this is our compensation plan. This is where a person can come in and really reach whatever financial goal they have. It's designed to pay out $1 million a week in the compensation plan. And so this is the cash flow part of the quadrant. This is the business part of the quadrant. And then legacy wealth is the goal. And now you can earn wealth in our legacy bonus program. We actually allow the field to own equity in the technology companies that we're partnering with, the foundation company that we have, that the technology backing our company. You can own equity in this company and earn equity. In the old days, we would call it stock. Here, instead of earning shares of stock, you have the ability to earn the digital currency, which is tied to the value of the company. We'll talk about that more. But I've never seen that in the history of my 20 years in this industry. I've never had a company hand us a real pathway to own a piece of the company to create real wealth that can potentially be worth hundreds of millions of dollars to distributors in the open market. And while we're creating incredible income, we're acquiring high levels of wealth. And while we raise the value and build the company, that wealth continues to grow. The value continues to grow. Jeff Bezos, I love what he says, that what we need to do is always lean into the future. When the world changes around you and when it changes against you, what used to be a tailwind is now a headwind. You have to lean into that and figure out what to do, because complaining isn't a strategy. One thing I noticed the last 4 to 6 weeks of our pre-launch is the tribe that's being attracted to our vibe. The leaders that are coming to this days are people that have already been leaning into the future. I would be willing to bet that every person on this webinar tonight, I'd be willing to bet you are the type of person who's every day you're leaning into the future. You're a visionary. You're always moving your life forward. And right now we're really attracting people who are wired that way. We lean into the future, and that's why we're pioneers, and that's why you're able to get the right places at the right times when it comes to strategic opportunities like this. The knowledge gap is very real, from social class to different cultures around the world, family environment. Those that are raised in wealthy environments have access to certain thought patterns, information, habits, and disciplines that the masses don't have. The masses are socially programmed for poverty decisions. Those that create wealth think differently. And so our mission is to close that knowledge gap for our customers, for product users, close that knowledge gap and help people raise their financial IQ. Here's just, some of the topics within our courses, and this is going to continue to grow and expand as well. So it's an ecosystem. But multiplying versus growing your income, speed wealth, understanding systems, creating income streams that fuel your focus. One of the biggest mistakes that a lot of entrepreneurs make is they chase profit margins, but sometimes in the chase of the profit, in the chase of the money, they're doing things that aren't in alignment with their strengths, with their personality, with their giftings, with their flow. And so it never works. If you want to fuel your focus, if you want to multiply your energy, if you want to go to bed excited and not wore out, if you want to wake up electrified, you have to align with who you are, your true self. Mastering the habits that guarantee success, eliminating negative ROI called debt, growing the value of your name, what to do when goal setting is not working, cryptocurrency 101 to getting started basics, understanding blockchain, advanced digital currency wealth strategies, building multiple layers of assets. These are just some of the topics and courses that are that exist within our InnerQuest platform. Beyond information, education is important, very important, but environment is everything. Environment is what allows a person to have the emotional impact moments. It's what allows a person to get around people that are thinking bigger, and it elevates your thoughts. Let me share some of our commitments to the team. And if any of this excites you, then there's a good chance this is your tribe, that you've been prepared for something this big. Purpose-driven intensity and focus. Now look, we love to have fun. We love to have a good time. But here's the reality. We're on a mission to change the financial health of people, to free their checking accounts so we can free their dreams to live. That is an intense accomplishment. That requires a level of focus. We take it serious. We take it serious. And so there's a purpose-driven sense of intensity and focus. One of my affirmations that changed my life years ago, it led me into my seven-figure breakthroughs, is I get paid millions to be me. And it changed my life because I stopped making decisions on what's the product, what's the compensation plan, what's the market capacity, and all these analytical things. And I started to say, who am I? And is this business, is this environment, is this group of leaders, is this mission in alignment with who I am? And can I show up as me and thrive in that environment? See, I believe the greatest power we have, the greatest posture we have, the greatest doorway to abundance that we have is being who you are. I get paid millions to be me. One of my favorite songs is by Willow Smith, Will Smith's daughter, Willow Smith, Will and Jade Smith's daughter, Willow Smith, and it's called I Am Me. If you've never heard it, go look it up on Google tonight. I am me. We want to create an environment that celebrates who you are. Celebrate your strengths. So one thing about entrepreneurs, one thing about successful people, we're wired different. We're creative thinkers. We sometimes are socially awkward. Sometimes our minds are running and solving problems while everyone else is playing. Right? We're different. So we want to create an environment that celebrates and empowers who you are and really helps you step further into that. An energizing all-in team. Authentic and transparent leadership. We believe that transparency and authenticity is the foundation of great leadership because truth is good enough. Truth carries power. And so the old days of hype and manipulation and all the stuff going on behind the scenes, or a leader on stage saying, here's how you do it, here's how I did it, but it's all a lie. He did it, he brought 30,000 people over from another company, but all the incongruencies, right? That's what destroys long-term health and growth in organizations. We believe in you can count on us to be authentic and transparent at all times. One-of-a-kind impact events. Holton Buggs does the best events in the world. One-of-a-kind high-impact events. But we know how to. We've done epic events. We're coming together. We're going to impact the world with our events. Regular topic-focused webinars, private online groups. And then on November 3rd, we have our first global online event, which will be done by corporate with a lot of announcements. So we want to create an environment that impacts and changes people's lives. And then, of course, the information and the knowledge backs and supports that as well. Leverage. Knowledge is not power until it is applied. Dale Carnegie. I tried to be a trader once. I had a bunch of buddies that were trading every day. I'm more of a buy and hold guy and made great ROIs on that. And so that's always been my approach. But man, my buddies were trading and I watched every day their money is growing. So I thought, all right, let me try it. I didn't make it through my third day. I mean, having to watch I'm way too ADD for that. Having to watch the charts and the graphs and be ready to buy and sell. And it was overwhelming. I hated it. It was not in alignment with who I am. I hated it. And so I just said the whole trading thing is not for me. Well, I had a chance to test out the beta version of our trading bot. This is one of the tools that we're bringing to the market. Now, there's some things that are going to be announced about this that nobody knows yet. It's going to take it to even bigger levels. But let me just tell you that we believe that giving people tools to participate before they're experts or whether they ever become experts is very important. Cryptocurrency trading bot is a multi-transaction automated trading bot. And what makes our bot unique is not the ability to transact. There's bots out there. It's the algorithms behind it. And then the team of SEC certified traders that are in the top of the top of the top, and all of their trades are public, that we put together in our trading room is like nothing the industry's ever seen as well. It's staggering. And so we'll be announcing those partnerships because we can't tell you none. We can't say, here's our guarantee, here's what the bot produces. We're not legally cannot do that. But with the traders that are behind it, their information is public, and the SEC requires that. So we'll be able to show you those numbers when we announce those partnerships. But let me just say, I've used the bot, tested it, and I was blown away. I was absolutely blown away that I could be making money every day with a click of a button and never touch it again, and the bot goes to work for me. Be a master trader 24 hours a day, expert auto trading for beginners. It does the buying, it does the selling. 100% of the buying and selling remains in your exchange wallet. So we're not taking people's money and then saying, hey, we're going to give you a return on investment in 90 days. You have control of your money at all times. But the bot will buy and sell through the API connected to your exchange, like Bittrex, Binance, all the big ones. You can use multiple bots and preset conditions. So the bots have preset algorithms, aggressive returns, conservative returns built into them already. There's preset options that you can opt to have or not have. Like when I tested, I just did 3% gains. And I love the auto buy, I love the auto sell. I love the minus 1% exit. So, if the bot would buy a coin and it happened to go down by just 1%, it would get out of the trade and come back in at a better moment. So it just minimizes risk and minimizes loss. It has smart selling. So maybe your algorithm is set to a 3% gain, but the AI recognizes that coin is on an upswing. It's going past 3%. Well, it will hold and it'll ride the upswing and it'll sell at the top, not at the 3%. And I saw that happen several times when I was using the bot over the last few weeks, where it would go right past 3% and it would sell at 4 or 5 or 7. It would ride the wave up and then sell at the high. You can also set your own parameters. So if someone is an experienced trader and you want to say, hey, I want one bot to trade on this coin. By the way, we're implementing arbitrage trading as well. So exchange to exchange, it'll be automated through the bots, which is incredible. And you can come in and set your own parameters as well. So you can control the parameters if you are, if you understand trading. But for a new person who knows nothing about trading, all they got to do is set it up. It's an online function. Do it right from your phone and tell it how much money they want to put in, and the bot will then go to work for them. This is our POS system that we're going to be rolling out. So this is going to be both app-based and hardware-based both. So that's exciting. So the app part of it will allow you and I to actually act as a point of sale also, and will even be able to transact Bitcoin and for cash or credit cards rather. So they can come into a credit card transaction or a PayPal withdrawal, whatever, to you. Now here's the cool thing: you don't have to be holding the Bitcoin. This is the cool thing. So you don't have to be holding the Bitcoin in your wallet in order to sell them the Bitcoin. And it's just going to be a brilliant position in the market. I believe we're going to become the Uber of digital currency. The days of ATMs being on a corner in the digital space are going to be different. Somebody might be in the mall and say, man, I need to buy, whatever. And they pull up the app, and one of our reps or one of our partners is in the mall, and they meet up at the coffee shop and do a transaction, right? And so this is the future. Phones, point of sale, this is the future. One of the products that we're bringing to the market. So it's just powerful. Again, a lot of savings for the company on transaction fees that Visa, MasterCard charges. It just positions company to be in front of this emerging market. And it also allows our network to start to support local businesses that are supporting the digital currency market. Robert Kiyosaki says it's more important to grow your income than cut your expenses. It's more important to grow your spirit than to cut your dreams. How many of us had to cut our dreams? They said, man, not now, let's do it next year. How many of us have had to, move in and say, okay, we got a budget, we got to tighten up right now. We're going through some hard times. And Robert Kiyosaki is a big believer in cash flow, the B quadrant, getting more money coming in, and we are as well. And we're big believers in building your assets, which is exactly what he teaches also. It's a real simple system that we have. I'm going to go into the compensation plan in a moment. This will all be finalized, so these links we haven't even made live yet, but I'm going to show them to you anyhow. Number one, you enroll with the starter pack. I'll go over those in a moment. You get started with whatever starter pack's best for you. Step number two, you're going to go to IamAllIn.com, and there's a getting started video that shows a brand new person how they can start making money. Any other, somebody says, I don't even know how to buy a pack. I don't know how to buy Bitcoin. All of those basics will be there, but we're going to show a new person the simple system of how they can start making money with what we're doing. And then step number three is you just execute that all-in plan. So when you watch the Getting Started video, you say, okay, I'm going to execute this. And it's a real simple plan. You're going to be sharing a short video, 4-minute video that we'll be announcing probably on Saturday. And we've got pre-written scripts in the app. You simply send it out. So you may message a friend. And, it's a real, comfortable type message that, it doesn't sound like you're selling. It's not an MLM approach. It's sexy. It's relevant because we're talking about financial education, financial IQ, digital currency, digital economy, etc. So you share the videos, the webinars, the 3-minute video. It's that simple. We have a whole funnel system set up that's designed for warm market and cold market. And it's literally that simple. A new person with a click of a button can start sharing, and the system then takes over and does the heavy lifting. The all-in system will help you maximize your income. It'll help you maximize your digital currency through the coin bonuses, and it'll help you maximize your speed and momentum. Why? Because we built through systems. That's how we were able to grow so fast. We didn't have to babysit. We didn't have to handhold. We allowed technology and systems to do the heavy lifting so that we could go create massive momentum and duplication. Now that we have something as big as the digital economy, what we did with wearable technology is small, it's chump change compared to what we're about to do now in the digital currency space. So we're going to take the same concepts that we learned from Holton, the same concepts that we used to break almost every record in this industry in the last 2 years, and we're going to apply it to the biggest market that there is, emerging market, and that's the digital economy. So our starter packs range from $500 all the way up to $10,000. We got 4 different starter packs a person can choose from. And I'll share with you the advantages and help you understand what the difference is on this. And again, these will be really detailed on Saturday when they do the official announcement. But every starter pack will come with education. It'll come with empowerment, the tools, and then of course it'll give you access to the business side of our ecosystem. So all the packs come with the InterQuest education platform where people will be able to earn to learn. Again, the Earn to Learn goes live, early next year, but that's going to be exciting. You'll get paid to get educated. The bigger packs will include VIP upgrades to all the events, special events that we'll be doing, invitations to private trainings, circle ups with top industry leaders for an entire weekend. So the bigger packs will allow you a higher level of access to those types of things. All of the packs come with the bot. Here's the difference. The bigger packs come with multiple bots. The bigger packs have higher trading limits. So for example, if someone comes in at the $500 pack, the lowest pack, they get one bot, and they can put in a limit total of $1,000. That's what they're able to trade. Where the higher bot, like the top bot, it's unlimited. And so they can, you know, for someone who says, man, I would love to have multiple bots. Maybe one of them is aggressive, one of them is conservative, one of them focuses on this coin, etc. And I want to put more money in, then there's some advantage on the bigger packs. The other thing on the bigger packs, they come with retail licenses. So what that means is you can take the license to the software and sell it at retail to friends or business owners who may want nothing to do with the MLM side of what we're doing, but they would love to own a robust trading bot where you can sell it to them at retail, recoup all of your investment, you know, on the starter pack just from the retail of the bots, and they have access then to the trading. All the packs give you access to our compensation plan. Let me say this, equal access. This is important. So a person who comes in at $500 or $10,000, they can earn the same amount of money in the compensation plan, the income side of the payouts. So that's huge. You get all the business training, and you have access to the legacy coin bonus plan that we'll talk about. Now, here is one of the differences in the bonuses, and that's the coin bonus, the wealth bonus. Depending on what pack you come in at, determines how much coin you can earn in the different coin bonuses that we have. So because we believe and we know what's behind the coin that we have now and the coins that we're bringing in the market in the future, we know that the accumulation of those coins is going to create wealth for people. So one of the biggest advantages of the $5,000 and the $10,000 packs is that you have the ability to earn, while you're building, a higher level of coins on a weekly, monthly, and annual basis. So the packs are 500, 1,500, 5,000, and 10,000. So there's 4 packs: 500, 1,500, 5,000, and 10,000. And those are the different packs that are available. A person can upgrade. So somebody can come in for 5,000, and a month later, 3 months later, 6 months later, say, okay, I'm ready to go to 10,000. They don't have to pay 10,000 new dollars. They simply pay the $5,000 difference. So that's powerful. And of course, every time there's an upgrade, it also goes into the compensation plan as volume as well. So a person can upgrade between packs. So here's the income side of what we do, a 10% fast start bonus. So when you enroll someone in a pack, you get a 10% bonus. So they take the BD of the pack, they had a 10% bonus. A binary team bonus up to $170,000 a week. The BV is a 60% ratio. So for example, a $10,000 pack has 6,000 points that goes all the way through the binary. Based upon your rank, as you move up the ranks, you earn higher percentages, 8 to 15%. Unlimited depth in the binary, and I think everyone probably understands the binary because I know you guys have a networking background, a lot of you, but you build 2 teams. One of the huge advantages, guys, for all of you here tonight is Sal's going all in. I mean, it's going to be the build of his career. I love his energy. I love his coachability. We're going to play real big, and he's running for the top of the compensation plan, which means he's going to be bringing in leaders and building momentum in his organization. So you guys actually have a chance to lock in with him, be the first ones at the top of that team. And there's no shadow of a doubt that in the next 3 years, your organization is going to have 1 million+ distributors in it. And I believe over the next 90 days, you guys are going to all, if you'll follow our system, you're going to make more money you've ever made. We want to help you we want your biggest year in this industry to become your normal monthly income. If you've made $100,000 a year, your top, we want to help you make $100,000 a month. Another goal that I love to set with leaders is I ask them, what was your biggest month in the industry? So if they say my biggest month was $60,000 income, I say, okay, I want to set a goal that in your first 90 days, some of them it's 30, depending on their influence, we want to help you create a weekly check that is bigger than your biggest monthly check in your entire career in this industry. And when we show them the numbers and the roadmap, it's so achievable. And we've been able to help a lot of people do that over the years. And in this opportunity, we're going to help more than ever. Dynamic compression will be coming in the binary. It's never been done in the industry, but we won't even dive into that. But it's huge. It's a huge additional bonus. Check matching, 7 levels of 3% check match. check matching infinity bonus. So when you reach the top ranks, you get check matching bonuses, unlimited levels. There's no cutoff there at all. Of course, the binary never has a cutoff. Rank advancement bonuses. You can earn up to $3 million cash by moving through the ranks. And then the "Are you kidding me" bonus. This is a lifestyle bonus that guys, some of the stuff they're throwing out there right now. They're going to take 3% of all the company revenue and just put it in these crazy programs, like a luxury car program where they buy the distributors, Lamborghini, Rolls Royce, and you own the car free and clear. They're looking at programs where potentially buying dream properties right around the world, and we as distributors get to own it. And we're literally being gifted with a dream house that is paid for by the company. So these lifestyle bonuses, it's going to be incredible. They're going to spoil us, and it's going to be fun to help a lot of you guys win those. Now, the legacy side of this is the wealth side. So income is what we just talked about. But in the wealth side, the education bonus, you're accumulating coin. Every time you enroll a new person, 20 to 30% of their pack will also pay out a fast start bonus. So, for example, if it's a $10,000 pack, let's say 2,000 coins, $2,000 worth of coins will be paid out to you as a bonus just for enrolling a new person, and there's no limit to that. Team coin bonus: every time a new person enrolls in your team within the 7 levels, it's going to pay out through your organization. So there will be people that will be earning 10, 20,000 coins a month just through building a team in the bonus. And then when you reach the rank of diamond, this bonus will be coming next year. But when you reach the rank of diamond, there will be a 1 million coin bonus as well for reaching the rank of diamond. By the way, diamond is not the top level. Diamond is just our first leadership level. We got 7 more levels above diamond. So they're not putting the coin bonus at the top level. They're putting it at, it's definitely a high level, but they're putting it at a level that's very attainable for anyone who's building. So the idea here is we want to help the team accumulate the digital currencies. And then the residual income, so we have a $75 a month membership that keeps the education platform open, allows me to keep earning the coins. They'll be making the official announcements on all of that on Saturday. So there may be some, but $75 a month, and it will put 75 BV into the dollar for dollar on the residual income. Semi-annual bot renewal license. And the way this works is you never have to renew your bot until you've at least doubled your investment. So that's powerful. The independent sales associates will be able to buy any of the new technologies or sell any of the new technologies that we roll out. So every time a new tech rolls out, that's new money flooding the compensation plan. And then pack upgrades. Anytime someone upgrades from one pack to the next pack by paying the difference, it goes into the compensation plan. So some of you may have heard of Ormeus Coin. Ormeus Coin has been in the open market now for a while. They attempted to do a network marketing model about a year, I guess October last year, about a year ago. And it had a great, it went, but here's the problem. It was a crypto MLM. They were selling coin. And so we had to shut that model down. We want to really separate the coin from MLM. We don't want the coin itself to be an MLM coin. We want it to be an open market coin all the way. And when you see why this coin is different than other coins in the market, you're going to get excited because the coin is still connected to the equity of the company. And this is the coin that we're going to get to earn in the coin bonuses, at least the first coin that we're going to get to start earning right away. So Ormeus is one of the top 10 industrial mining companies, which means we don't do cloud mining. We're not using other people's money. It's a self-sustained mining operation. $250 million was invested to build the infrastructure. It's an all green mining operation. So they're pioneers for green energy. It's a multi-asset backed coin. This is unique. 40% of all the mining revenue, it's through a smart contract, it cannot be touched, goes into a vault. So let's say, that day it's mining Bitcoin, 40% of all the Bitcoin that's mined goes into a vault and it cannot be touched. Just like gold used to back the US dollar, our digital, the currencies, Ethereum, Litecoin, Bitcoin, it's locked into a vault and it backs the coin. It props the value of the coin up in the market, just like gold stood behind the US dollar. The reason it's multi-asset backed is we're not just using digital currencies in the vault. For example, right now we're in talks right now with a gold mining company that wants to come in and actually be a part of our backing. They want to give us access to have their gold in our asset vault. They're mining companies, gold mining properties in our asset vault. So imagine, I mean, backed by gold. When we acquire new companies or technologies as a holdings company, that becomes an asset. And the list goes on and on. So we're building a coin. It's not just hyped up in the market by rah-rah networkers or hype or news articles or whatever. It's not a fluff coin. It's got real assets behind it, and it's got a mining operation. Now, they take another 40%. So 40% goes into the asset vault. They take another 40% and invest it into more mining equipment. So this thing is expanding exponentially because it's constantly reinvesting into itself. And then the last 20% they use to buy the coins off of the open market so that they can circulate them, keep them moving through the bonus structure, keep volume flowing in the market. And again, that's a healthy thing to do, because if it was a pump and dump, they wouldn't be acquiring the coin back at market value. But 20% they buy back on the open market. It's positioned for massive project expansion. So our goal is to use this environment and this asset-backed concept to invest and empower and back many different technology products. Like I mentioned earlier, we're pioneering a green energy project that's going to be revolutionary that we'll be launching in 2019. Ormeus is our long-term coin. This is the hold coin. This is the equity coin, if you will. It's like owning stock in the company. We'll be launching Ormeus Cash in January of next year on the open market exchanges. Ormeus Cash is our liquid coin that you can use this. You can use this to buy your coffee. You can use this to buy more Bitcoin or buy more Ormeus, or use it within our ecosystem. So the Ormeus Cash is really the liquid coin that's designed for daily usage. The Ormeus coin is the legacy coin, and that's really designed to hold, and we're going to grow the value of the company and therefore the value of the coin. So those are the two coins that we're launching with. Ormeus is the coin that we acquired now, Ormeus Cash, early 2019. And then as we launch these many new technology projects, there'll be coins behind them as well. So there'll be a lot of diversification opportunity there as well. For those of you who are in front of the new digital economy, it will be the family wealth story that our grandchildren tell their kids while they try to imagine a time when money was printed on paper. That defining moment of legacy is ours to seize. We know that we're in front of something big. We're committed to doing it the right way. We know how to build. We know we are system driven. So you can go out and build. You don't have to figure out, well, what do I do? How do I do it? How do I train my team? We will provide every single thing that you need to go out and just focus on building your business. That's what we do. We create the environments that drive massive duplication and massive growth. So I'm going to stop my screen share here. And Sal, it's been a privilege to be with you guys here tonight. Man, I'll throw it back to you. Oh, do I need to unmute you?
Awesome. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Wow, that was really in-depth. Hey, guys, I was actually taking notes because there's a lot of intricate parts that I learned from what Jeremy just taught us. We went there to LA to mastermind with Holton, and thank you for that wonderful presentation. I can imagine that you're quite thirsty after sharing that wisdom. But there's a lot of people that are beginning to see why names like Holton, why people such as your caliber are coming here. And I actually feel so much peace here that I found a home. I can definitively say that this is the biggest company that I've ever been a part of, the biggest launch that I've ever been a part of, and the biggest opportunity that I've ever been a part of. And I have no doubt about that. I'm really, really glad that you guys are getting a chance to see this first and foremost. I want to cover some basic things. Okay, if you're wondering, can I make money without recruiting? The answer, yes, definitely you can. As Chad and Natita, the hosts of the event, mentioned that this is supposed to help the little guy. I love this example. Natita had mentioned that in detail, that because it can help the little guy, she's deeply passionate about this. And then Chad, by the way, these are, as Jeremy mentioned, these are millennial couples that have broke so many records in the network marketing industry, and they are turning their attention. They're walked away from $1 million a month income to participate and be a part of what we have here, and to work directly with Holton and Jeremy. So what they gave an example of is, imagine somebody who works at 7-Eleven getting access to the knowledge as well as the tools to be able to generate income themselves and being able to make a few $100s a month themselves, and organically sharing that with others by saying, hey, I just started making a few $100s by the semi-automated platform, and all of the knowledge that taught me exactly how to utilize it. And that will lead to organic growth because there's not an extra something you have to pay to become an affiliate. You just continue to grow your network by just sharing what you're already doing. Another some things that I want to mention to you guys is this company is backed by $250 million worth of assets right now. Not future projections, not possibilities. There is no ICOs. It's just a platform that has a value as of right now. This company is aiming to be worth more than $10 billion. As you can see how they are structuring it to be an ecosystem where they can launch many different verticals, things that will allow us to have free energy at home, things that will allow us to be a point of sale, that the fact that our cell phones can be a point of sale for cryptocurrency, whether or not you are holding the cryptocurrency. That is extremely powerful. Being the Uber of distributing this to the masses is going to be a game changer. Also, we are creating a network, an entire distribution of people worldwide that whenever a product comes into this ecosystem, it can be channeled through these funnels that are already existing, and you can create other streams of income on your same network that you've built. So this network becomes extremely valuable, and when blockchain-based technology companies come out with something, they're going to come to the heads of these companies and say, hey, you have a blockchain-based network of people out there, we'd like to channel it through them. And that creates another stream of income. This is meant to really, really help get the cryptocurrency ecosystem and economy into the world. One thing that Jeremy has created for all of us is something that has shown me how he and the other leaders have created seven figures, which is a duplicatable system-driven success model. And if you've ever tried to build a network marketing opportunity and you saw the lines of communication disintegrated by the time it got to the third or fourth generation, and then you saw, why are you not getting duplication? What Jeremy has created from his years and years of network marketing and putting together a system, I believe that's the all-in system that is going to be coming out starting Saturday or Sunday, that's going to allow you to have all the landing pages that you need, the integration to directly have people watch a presentation and then sign up immediately after the video by clicking it and going directly to your replicated website, by having pre-written text messages and all the other details. And if Jeremy, if you would, explain how people will be able to utilize this wonderful opportunity and the wonderful system you put together and blend the two. And I love what you said, continue to tap into the warm market in their comfort zone and build out a massive organization.
Yeah, absolutely. Just real quick, and then so thanks for bringing me back on. I'm gonna share this now. I got to jump off. I just got home. We were 20-hour days the last 3 days. You saw we had 82 leaders that are 6 to 7 figure earners, right? And so I just got home with wife and kids, and so I'm gonna call it a night here very quickly. But it's a great question, and I think it's important to talk about. So Jeff Olson, I asked him this question. He was my first mentor. I said, Jeff, what's the difference between a 6-figure earner, 7-figure earner? Like, what's the difference? What's the gap? And what's the knowledge gap? And he shared something that really impacted my life early on. He said, Jeremy, there's 3 levels of marketing. He said, a person who learns how to market a product can make some money. They can make a living. They can make some money. If they're product focused, they sell a product, they drive a product, they make some money. He said, number 2 is the opportunity focused person. That's the recruiter. They know how to go out and focus on the opportunity. You can make money, and they recruit. They throw enough people against the wall, and they find some leaders. And he said, you can recruit your way into $100,000 to even $250,000 a year in income. But the folks that know how to get to 7 figures fast, and the ones that you can put them in any company that's legit, and they can get to $1 million a year to $1 million a month over and over and over again. They understand the power of driving a system to an organization, because that's where multiplication comes from. The ultimate, so what Jeff taught us is his secret to network marketing was a large group of people doing a few simple things on a consistent basis. So Jeff's driver, his method to creating millionaires was getting 80% of the organization, the everyday person, not to be a rock star, but to do a little bit consistently every day of the right activity that compounded over time, created success for them, and it drove the bigger organization. So that was a game changer for me, because my whole career shifted at that moment. And that's when I really realized the value of being system driven, to the point where you want every story on stage, you want it to be aligned, but it has to be authentic. So you can't have John Smith go out and make $1 million through some secret newspaper ad he figured out, but then get on stage and go, hey guys, here's what I'm doing. I'm handing out 2 magazines a day, a 2-foot rule at the gas station. This is what I'm doing. And it's not authentic. That destroys organizations. There's an energy of lying, of unauthenticity that keeps the power of multiplication happening. But when you build on a system and create real life, real time, system driven success stories with the masses, and then here's Mary, the school teacher, and John, the police officer, and Joe, the 7-Eleven worker, and they're all following the same system, getting results. It builds belief in the field, and it drives the behavior of the system, which is what gets them the results they want. What I learned from Holton Buggs took it to the next level. Holton agrees with Jeff, but said, here's the game changer. Here's how we broke records, not just with him, but with a whole group of people, and could do it over and over and over again. Because we took the concept of system-driven leadership, but we realized that, yes, 80% of the masses, they need something they can do part-time, send out a couple text messages, simple system. But when you got an elite leader, when you got someone who's a business owner, you got someone who's a networker, community leader, an athlete, they have a certain influence, and they are coming in here for the big bucks. And they want to make a run to the big money as fast as they can, but they want to do it the right way. You have to have a launch system for leaders. And so what we learned from Holton was the art of the launch, where we take a new person. Now, it's the same activity as the masses, but we compress the time frames. And by compressing the time frames, we create momentum. What I mean by compressing time frames, so one of our core principles, if you want to max this comp plan, you do what's called the 20-20, and you're going to help a few people that are leaders do the 20-20, and it means you put 20 and roll 20 on your left and 20 on your right. Well, you could take a person, let's go back to Mary, the school teacher, and she does the 20-20, but she does it over 40 months. She recruits one person a month for 40 months, and she has 20 on her left and 20 on her right. Well, hey, Mary's going to find some leaders there. She's going to, but Mary's not going to be running into a 7-figure income, right? Now, she's still doing the 20-20, but she's doing it over a long period of time, and that's okay, because that's where Mary's at, and that's based upon Mary's goals, because Mary just wants an extra $2,000 a month. But John comes in and says, I want to make $100,000 my first 30 days in this business. What do I do? And so now it's still the 20-20, but with John, we say, John, we got to compress the time frames. And see, Sal, this is Sal's first, this is his launch event. This is day number 1 for Sal. Day number 1, this is pre-launch webinar. He has 65 people on. 54 are still on, which says a lot about this group, by the way. So let me say that, because to be at this point of the webinar now is typically when we should be going from 60 to 20 or 30, right? But 54 of the 64 are on, which tells me this is a group of people that is mentally positioned for a win, even if you haven't won yet, or if some of the things you guys have done together wasn't what you thought it was going to be. That was my story. I thought my big wins were going to have the company. My last 2 companies, I thought were the big ones. I thought it was it. And what I found out is that was my preparation season. And I made great money, but it wasn't what I thought it was going to be in the end. But it was a necessary part of my journey. But it mentally prepared me to deserve this moment and be ready for this moment. So what it tells me is that you got a group of people who are mentally ready for the biggest win of your life. Well, this is where the launch system comes in. 60 people, I'm willing to bet that Sal just finished his 20-20 maybe in one night. Are you with me? Now there's a compression of time frames. So Sal did the same thing that Mary, the school teacher, did, as an example with Sal, 20 left, 20 right. But Sal said, I'm going to get it done in 72 hours. Or John says, I'm going to get it done my first week or my first day. And they compressed the time frames. So money loves speed, momentum loves speed. When you compress time frames, you create momentum. You create faster stories and more momentum. Same system, but faster. So what we do in our launch system is what we're doing here tonight. So if I'm talking to Mary, school teacher, I would never ask Mary, the school teacher, who's not a business person, not a network marketer, to do a launch webinar. Ever, ever, ever. What Mary's going to do is build slow and steady. And when it's time for someone to see a webinar, she will invite them to the pre-recorded webinar in the funnel, in the system, or to a live webinar that we're doing as a team. And, you know, there might be 50 people on, and Mary's got one guest. But I would never ask Mary to do a launch webinar. She's not here to go fast. She doesn't have the influence. But with a leader, the launch webinar is one of our secret weapons. This is one of our secret weapons. And this is how you can get to $50,000 to $100,000 a month as quick as your first 30 days over here. Because here's what happens. Out of this organization, some of you, there might be 10 people that have dropped off right now that have already decided this whole thing is bullshit and it's not real, it's not going to work, and I'm way too excited, something must not be right. And there are, that's cool, great. Some people on here going, okay, I'll stick my foot, let's see where this goes. Some people on here going, if this is real, these are the guys coming together and I can be on the front end of it, and you're telling me I can get to $1 million income in 90 days? Tell me what to do. I'm ready to run. I'm ready to execute the play. Well, 4 or 5 people come out of this webinar and go, and they text Sal back and say, Sal, hook me up with your leaders. Who are you working with? How fast can we go? And tomorrow, you have 60 people on a webinar. And Sal comes in and presents, or Bill resides, or one of the leaders comes in and presents and does it. Now you have 60 people on a webinar, and we launch your organization. Now Sal did the 20, you just did the 2020. And what are you going to do out of those folks that enroll? Now you're going to find your leaders in that group. And so we have created record momentum over and over again, and never even left the home, never did a meeting, never did hotel meetings. And you can do 10 or 12 launch webinars in a day when you're in a height of momentum. Man, you get groups together, you're launching these elite leaders, you're compressing time frames, you're creating momentum. Mary could never do that. Mary would be embarrassed because she'd do a launch webinar and 3 people would show up, and 2 of the 3 was mom and dad who are 95 years old and aren't even on the internet. But they did it to support Mary, and Mary, that's a failure for her. That's a loss for her. We don't want Mary to be in that situation. But the hunters, the hungry, the ones that are ready for I'm prepared for my moment. I'm all in. If this moment's going to get me to my breakthrough, I'm all in. Then we come in and say, now let's go fast. Let's do these series of launch webinars. And then here's the key. If you see yourself as a 6 and 7 figure weekly or monthly earner, then you have to see yourself taking ownership of your organization and leading the organization, which means you now become a presenter, which means now you are doing launch webinars in your organization. You're doing presentations on a regular basis. You are duplicating that effort as an elite leader. We would never ask Mary to do a presentation. Mary will never do a presentation. But if you're an elite leader that's leading a group and you want to drive the speed of momentum, then it's a system that duplicates. I'll never forget, I'll end with, I'll never forget this. I was sitting down with Todd Falcone and Holton Buggs. And this was years ago. And Todd was coming and bringing some folks to Organo Gold. I was launching aggressively with Holton at that time. And Todd asked me this question. He said, Holton, he said, you guys got 30, 38, 42 people, I think it was, that had hit 6 figures a month. That was unheard of. That was unheard of because, I mean, you got to realize here's a company. It's a minority company. There weren't a lot of folks that looked like me. It was a minority company breaking records in the industry, getting people to $100,000 a month in income. Now, when you looked at most companies, maybe the top earner or the top 2 or 3 earners in that company were making $1 million a year. Maybe 2 or 3, usually 1. Here's a company out of nowhere selling coffee with 40 people at 6 figures a month. And Todd said, Holton, how? What's the dynamic that's making that happen? And Holton said 2 things. And it took my whole game to the next level. I stopped building OG in 2014, 2015. And we went on to do bigger things than what OG did because we took what we learned from Holton, and that's what great leaders do. If you're a great leader, then the people that you train and mentor go on to do even bigger things. They multiply, right? They apply and multiply. So Holton said two things. He said, number one, most people that get to he said 7 figures has always been the benchmark. Always be like, if I could make $1 million a year, right? So 6 years ago, $1 million a year was like kind of the pinnacle. Today it's changed, right? Holton raised the bar to $1 million a month, and now in the digital currency space, the bar's been raised to $1 million a week. He said, so what happens is the leader comes into the company. He said, usually it's a binary. Usually they're already a big leader, and they're bringing a group over with them. The company gives them a deal of positioning, so they have one leg, they only got to build another, and they come in, and they flood all these people in at one time. They don't have a system yet. They don't know how they're doing it yet. No one knows what to say, what to do, but they bring this whole group, and all of a sudden it's rah-rah, and the checks are going up, and that leader muscles his way to $100,000 a month in income, and he can't look at a single person in his organization and say, you can do what I did. Because there's not a single person in his organization that can swing a group of 30,000 people from one company to another. So the leader got there in a way that wasn't through a system and it wasn't duplicable. And so immediately the opportunity for everyone else disappears. Number two, the second thing Holton said is there is this law of the lid. So when you look at someone and you see, here's the leader, the superstar, the upline, the whatever, and they reach a goal, subconsciously in most people, there's something that says, okay, if Sal can get to $1 million a week, maybe I could get to $1 million a year, right? And so what happens a lot of times, they see a leader go and hit these high levels, and then subconsciously, they go, okay, if they can do this, they go, okay, I'm no Holton Buggs, but what if I did 10% of what Holton did, right? And so he said the problem was because people had a limited belief that 7 figures was the cap, 7 figures was the mark. They'd hit 7 figures and they'd stop building. And so they set a bar for the organization. You either had to look at the elite leader and say, I'm as good as you are, which some people have the courage and the belief to do it, but the average person doesn't. The average person says, well, okay, I can do some of what they did. So Holton said, what we decided to do is we decided to raise the bar. He said, I made a goal. He said, I had to get to $1 million a month. Because I knew if I could get to $1 million a month, the leaders that I would mentor could believe they can get to $1 million a year. So he said, we didn't stop when we hit the standard. We set a new standard. Well, that's exactly what we're doing with this company. Now there's a new standard we're going to bring to the table. And it's how many people can make $1 million a month. And OG was one. We're going to come over here and help 100 people make $1 million a month, which means in some companies, the 6-figure income level is where the masses of leaders are. In our company, we want the masses of leaders to be 7-figure and above earners. So if you got 500 6-figure earners in a big MLM company, we want to have 500 7-figure earners. How are we going to do it? By getting people to $1 million a week, raising the bar. So everyone goes, well, man, if they can get to $1 million a week, I can get to $1 million a month, right? And so we raise the bar again. So that's what we're doing right now. The key, though, is we know how we're doing it. It's not an accidental win. There will be no one that gets to the big money who says, I don't know how I did it. I just whatever. It won't be sloppy. We're going to drive and channel the energy and alignments through the systems so that when the leaders, all of you, are hitting the ranks, you'll be able to look your team in the eyes and honestly and authentically say to the 7-Eleven worker, I can show you how to do what I did. In fact, it's not even hard. I made a list. I sent out messages. I posted on social media. We have a system for you. And now there's this, everybody's boom, boom, and the belief goes up. The average person says, I can do what they did. So that's some of the strategy behind what we put together, in this whole mechanism. So, hey, I'm going to have guys, this has been incredible being on here with you guys. I'm so impressed at how many of you are on and hungry and plugged into this right now. It's incredible. And that says a lot about you guys. So let me know what we need to do on the follow-up stuff. So here's what we've got tomorrow night at 8 o'clock Eastern time. I'm doing a open webinar for the whole team. So 8 p.m. at IQ Zoom. www.iqzoom.us. So you can invite guests. You know, it's going to be an open webinar. We're not going to have the videos on, so it'll be a webinar format. So you may have some guests that are in other companies. They don't want anyone to know they're on. That's probably why all the screens are turned off tonight. So you probably got like 50 people here who are like leaders and other MLMs, and they're like, they got secret names out there like Mr. and Curious. I'm reading some of them. I don't know who might be listening to me right now. And then on Saturday at 9 a.m. Eastern time, 9 a.m. Eastern time is when the corporate broadcast will happen, and that's when we will make our official announcements and officially begin the pre-launch. And that, let me just double check that as IQ. Let me give it to you. IQ Web Meet, I think. Hold on.
Everyone, please put in the chat how grateful you are for Jeremy for sharing this wonderful knowledge and doing a phenomenal job presenting it. If you felt the passion, if you felt the opportunity that we have here, thank Jeremy in the chat. He just came home from, was it LA? Or he's been all over the place doing like 18, 20-hour days, presenting to leaders and sharing this information. So you can see.
We're having fun.
So,
all right, I'm going to give you three websites that you'll want to jot down. Maybe somebody can type them in the chat box. You guys are so welcome. I'm honored to be. I haven't been this excited in really 20. I feel like I did when I was first introduced to network marketing and had my mind opened up to what was possible. Right? It feels good to feel that again. 3 websites that you'll want to jot down. Number 1, this is where you can send anyone to see a pre-recorded webinar. They can't sign up. They can't contact anybody. It's just an open site. And this will also be the site where people will be able to get their replicated funnels after Saturday. www.moneyiq.tech. Now, there's a password right now. That'll come down, but there's a password right now, and that password is freedom, all lowercase, freedom. So they can watch the webinar with the password freedom, moneyiq.tech. The second website to write down is on tomorrow night, Friday night, 8 p.m. Eastern time, www.iqzoom.us. iqzoom.us. And that will be a live open webinar. You guys won't be on camera. Everybody will be viewing the webinar. So you can invite people even if they're undercover, iqzoom.us. And then the third is on Saturday morning at 9 a.m. Eastern. The company's doing a global broadcast. So we'll have people on from, it'll be translated into every language all around the world. And that website is iqwebevents.com. And there'll be some official announcements. If you're serious about this opportunity, get on that. Even if you're in California at 6 a.m., get up and get on, because you're going to get to hear firsthand some really exciting announcements and the official release. And then I guess I'll say this too. That night at 9 o'clock Eastern, so Saturday 9 Eastern at night, we're going to take all the information they give us that morning, and we're going to make sure everything, the enrollment links are working. We're going to go through and make sure if there's anything that we need to teach or educate the team on, we'll have videos ready for that. So that night, we're going to do a team training, and we're going to go over the system, and we're going to show people how to start this thing the right way. So 9 p.m. Eastern, and that will also be back at iqzoom.us. So you're a great communicator with your group. So as long as you got it, then you can get that information out. When you go to moneyiq.tech, make sure you click the link to get on our Telegram. These are for people that so it's really not designed for prospects. This is for people that say, hey, man, I want to be a part of this. And join our Telegram group too. A lot of announcements there. So, brother, I appreciate y'all. Thank you guys for the love. I feel the energy all the way over here in Louisiana. And looking forward to doing some great things together, bro.
We're proud to call you our leader. Thank you for everything, Jeremy. We're looking forward to making you proud.
I love it. I'm proud to call you guys friends, man. That's what matters most. And looking forward to building some great friendships with you guys.
Enjoy. Bye.
Woo!